Hello everyone and welcome back to Crazy Country Couponer, and I'm Jenny, the Crazy Country Couponer, and we're going to be making soup, guys. Yep, it's that time of year that we're going to be including some very budget-friendly meals to help you save money using things that we get from, well, Dollar General, well, and other places as well. So you want to know, go ahead, give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends. Everybody likes a good, inexpensive, hearty meal. And if you're not a crazy friend yet or a subscriber, take a moment. Hit the subscription button and that notification bell and join us. We do a little bit of everything here, including hunting for deals, steals, glitches, providing you with awesome information, such as what we're about to do today. Hanging out with crazy friends on a regular basis is priceless. Just so you know. Okay, everybody. These are things that hopefully you have in your cupboard. Or you may or may not. But most of us keep these kind of things in our cupboard. And this is a quick version of bean and bacon soup. And it's mostly canned goods. Everything canned, pretty much. This is the quick and easy and super cheap version. Now, as we're doing this, I will also be telling you some other items that you can put in this that's going to, well, bring it up a notch. So start with what we're going to have. We're going to start with some sliced carrots. You can use frozen, you can use canned. I have canned on hand from, well, Clover Valley, of course. Some diced tomatoes. I happen to like the rotel. And almost, anything with tomatoes I cook, I include the rotel because I like the flavor of the green chilies. I prefer the mild. This is original. Okay, now in this recipe, it simply calls for diced tomatoes. If you don't like spicy, go with just regular diced tomatoes. I like a little bit of spice. And you're going to do 2 cans of Great Northern beans. They can be dry beans that you've made, or they can be canned. I happen to have these in my emergency stash. And if you have an emergency stash, start checking your dates. If they're getting outdated, go ahead and prepare them. Go ahead and eat them. So that's what we're doing here. Besides the weather has turned kind of yucky, a little rainy out, I got biscuits from my deal today. So I thought, why not go ahead and make some hearty bean and bacon soup. Use up the last green onions that I have. And the last bit of real bacon bits that I have. Now, you can use real bacon. I would suggest that you actually chop you up some real bacon and cut it up and fry it up and use it in this. We're also going to use some sweet Vidalia onion. Okay? And I would also suggest that you saute these onions before you put them in a little bit of butter. And the other thing is, if you don't have diced tomatoes in a can, you can use a regular tomato out of your refrigerator. Dice it up, remove the seeds, and saute it up with your onions. And you could even saute your onions up in your bacon drippings. Okay, you want to go whole hog, so to speak, make this up 2 notches instead of 1. There you go. Use that fresh bacon. Cook your fresh tomato and your onions in that bacon drippings. And then add that to these items. Now we're also going to be using a Instant Pot. Okay? You don't have to use an Instant Pot. You can use the top of your stove if you'd like. But I've got an Instant Pot, so I'm going to be using my Instant Pot. Everybody's tastes are different. Put your chopped onion into taste. If you like a lot of onion, put a lot of onion. If not, don't put a whole lot. I try to go with an 1/8 of one of my cans. Because I like onion, but I don't want it to be overpowering. So like I said, this is a Miles May Vary kind of recipe. So after you have opened all your cans, at least that's what I do. I open my cans first. I set my Instant Pot on sear and start it up. So now, depending on how many people you're feeding, I add 1 can of water for myself, if it's just me, and I will add more as it cooks. And since it is just me, and I don't really care for a lot of carrots, I only put half a can. However, if you're cooking for a family, put in the entire can of the diced tomatoes and the carrots. Okay? Just put in the entire can of both things. And you're going to add, well, a little extra water. Stretch it a little bit more. So we're going to put it in the Instant Pot. Put it on soup. That's 15 minutes. It's pre-pressurizing now. And in 15 minutes, well, we'll have bean and bacon soup. Okay, guys, this is your end result. Yeah. Little chopped green onion. If you don't have the chopped green onion, you can use dried chives. But you garnish it with some chopped green onion. It gives it a nice little flavor. You can also put more bacon bits on the top if you'd like. And I'm actually having some hard cooked biscuits. And, well, it's like a French roll. French rolls are hard on the outside. All you got to do is take your biscuits and cook them in your air fryer a little bit longer. And they are just like a hard roll. Delicious. Throw some butter on there with this soup. Great for a chilly evening and super filling. Now you can make this soup as thick as you want it or as thin as you want it. I'm making soup, so it is soupy, as you can see. But you can make it thicker if you like thicker, just less water. And my cooking time ended up being 15 minutes. I opened it and I stirred it and checked it, because if you're using canned beans, your textures are going to vary. So your cooking time may vary. So always check them at 15 minutes. They may not be done. In my case, some of these beans were not done to the way I wanted them. So I went ahead and seasoned with salt and pepper. And I cooked it for another 10 minutes. So, there you go. Beautiful bean soup. Super cheap. So, let's kind of get a count of what it cost. I used half of a bag of bacon bits that were already in my refrigerator, needed to be used, so leftovers. But if we're going to go by cost, that was like $2.75. So, let's go for $1.75. And the carrots was 60 cents. This was 60 cents. 65 cents, excuse me. 65 and 65 is 130. And then the white beans. The white beans can be as cheap as $1.50 as well. And the onion you usually have in your cupboard. So, there you go, guys. Rotel. Well, you can use the Rotel, or you can use the diced tomatoes. Or if you're using diced tomatoes, just by itself, it may even be cheaper. So, an entire pot of this that would serve at least 8 people is only going to cost you $3, $4, it'd be less than $5, guys. So, winner, winner. And we'll talk again real soon, because we got more deals coming up. And, well, they'll be just as tasty as this soup is about to be. Now, this is the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls that we purchased. And what I did was take butter and cinnamon and sugar and mix it together. And then I spread it on top, generously, on my cinnamon rolls. We're going to bake this. And then, when it gets done, I'm going to give you a couple of different options of the things that we can do with it. Now, of course, we can just have plain old cinnamon rolls. Nothing wrong with that. They're going to be absolutely delicious. But if you would like to have these as a dessert, particularly for the winter months or the fall, I'm going to show you a different way that you can do this. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Oh, I almost forgot I was going to tell you. They were smelling so good, guys. I got ahead of myself. Alright. Let's say we want to serve these cinnamon rolls as a dessert for lunch or dinner. You know, we're going to kick it up a notch. You're going to get some canned apples. Cinnamon apples. You're going to heat them up on the stove. After your cinnamon rolls are done, do not frost them. Leave them bare like this. And in a casserole dish, put your cinnamon rolls. Pour your apples on top of the cinnamon rolls. Pop them back in the oven for a few moments. Just long enough for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Long enough for everything to kind of marry together. And then when you take it out, you're going to take this icing right here and drizzle it across the top. And then you're going to take a big old spoon, dip you a big old spoonful of it out, put it on a plate, and there's your dessert. And if you want to get really adventurous, add a little scoop of vanilla ice cream to that as well. Other than that, well, just simply do it like I'm doing. You can take this icing right here, you can mix it with some cream cheese, throw some cream cheese icing on it, or you can just take the icing as it is and put on here. And, well, that's what I'm about to do. I'm just going to ice it up, and they're going to be extra cinnamony and extra buttery and extra good. So blessings, guys, and we'll talk again real soon.